Hello YouTube, Adventures with Dale again. Today I got a really old shotgun. I got this when I was like 16 or 17 years old. It's been hanging on the wall at it hung at my grandparents' house, and then it hung at my dad's house, and well, of course now it's hanging at my place because them folks have all passed on. But anyways, I never really give it a thought to give it any search or history or anything like that, so we're going to dive into it today and find out what we can find about this gun. So a little bit of backstory about this. There was a local guy here where I live. He used to go around tearing barns down and cleaning up properties and tearing houses and stuff like that down, and he'd hire young kids and guys to go help him tear these places down and stuff, barns and whatever. So I went with him on this one. It wasn't a really big barn, but it was quite big enough, and we were tearing it down, and they had me up in the haymow throwing hay out and stuff like that, and up on top of one of them beams this gun was laying there, and I grabbed it and I jumped up. Excuse me. I jumped down in the barn, and I showed the guy, and I was like really excited, and he says, "Throw it in the dumpster." And I was like, "No, I want to take this home." And he says, "It's yours." So I brought it home, and me and my dad was always going to, or my grandpa, I should say, was always going to cut and make a stock for it, and we never did. And but it's missing the entire stock, and I never seen the stock. It's got a hammer missing, trigger guard's missing, but it is a 12 gauge, and it says it's a J. Manton, and I don't know if I can zoom in on that, but maybe you can. Yeah, I can see it right there, J. Manton. And he was a really famous gun maker from the London area. And I did a lot of research on him. It's actually on both sides. It says J. Manton right there too. I don't know if that'll. But anyways, he is actually the guy. He was born in 1766, and by the time he was 14, he had his own gunsmithing. I don't know how they worded it when I read it. He was an apprentice at 14 years old, and shortly after, he went on to work with his brother. His brother John was a gunsmith, or gun maker, I should say, not gunsmiths. They were gun makers. And his dad is actually the one that taught him, and then he went to work with his brother, and then he went on his own. So there's actually a John Manton and a Joseph Manton. But anyways, when he started building these guns, they were not breech loaders. They were percussion cap, and he was actually instrumental in designing the percussion caps that went on the black powder models. They put the cap on here. Most people that know anything about a black powder gun, they can put a cap on it, and it shoots the powder and whatever. But the reason why he invented that is because early on, these were flint locks, and they had a spot right in here where they poured the powder and everything, and the hammer would come and create a spark, and you had a big old puff of smoke and flame, and then it fired. Well, the problem they were having was it was scaring the ducks away before the gun would ever fire because it had so much shit going on. But anyways, so he actually rigged up some kind of a copper tube with powder in it that the hammer would hit, thence lighten the powder, and not having to have that big flash and delay before the gun went off. So that's a little story about him. But this guy only lived 59 years, and from what I gathered, he died in 1835. So I can really find no really good information as far as years go, but I would have to say that this gun was built, if it is an authentic gun, it was built before 1835. So, and even on the top, it's really hard to see. I'm gonna have to get the light just right. But it says, I can't even, London laminated steel. It says London laminated steel. So it is a London gun. And I mean, you can see that once upon a time it had the checkering hand. It was all hand checkered, you know, even if you look right up close to it. I mean, everything, that's all hand engraved, every bit of it. These were high-end guns for the day. I mean, they were people that went out and hunted fox and stuff like that, you know, royal people. I mean, even on the top, where the bottom is really, really pretty. I mean, there's a lot of handwork and detail in these guns. I mean, it must have took them hours and hours to get one of these guns done. But one thing I wanted to note is it does have a shell extractor, and I got to monkey with it here a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm a rookie camera guy. It opens up. Everything is tight. The gun is actually not loose, and the hammer actually cocks. Oh, well, I'll get better with it. Bear with me. Me pull trigger, and I mean, it works. So I'm not going to dry snap it, but you know, if actually if I was to find a stock, I maybe could put this gun back in commission. I mean, I don't know if I'd fire it. I mean, these guns took black powder cartridges. They did not use the high powered 12 gauge shot cartridges that we use today. And I mean, this forearm comes off, and there's all sorts of numbers on that. This is number 2846. The barrels match 2846, and it says Damascus right on both barrels. There's like a crest, and there's stamps. Looks like somebody did a repair job on that. I don't know if that's lead. I scratched it, and I couldn't get it to scratch, so I can't imagine that'd be lead. It almost looks like silver solder, maybe. I don't know. But it's a really cool gun. I mean, for the day, I mean, if you went to the store right now today and just bought the nicest pump action shotgun or auto loader or something like that money can buy, and you know, you were really happy with it, this is equivalent to that for the period. So I mean, it's super old. The barrels are 31 3/4 inches long. So I would love to have a stock for it, but I'm going to search around and see if I can find something, and see if it's possible to maybe get one and get a hammer and see if this side works. I mean, basically, if I took that somewhere right now and had get a hammer for it, I might be able to have somebody work on that while it's all apart, and that kill two birds with one stone. But it'd be nice to have a restored, really, really vintage shotgun. So anyways, I kind of hope I'm sorry about the camera. I'm still a rookie, but I hope you liked the video, and if you got any input that you can help me with on this gun, I kind of lean into maybe it's before 1835, but I could be completely wrong with that. I don't claim to be a historian on guns and stuff like that. I just like to share some of the neat stuff that I've collected over the years and with you, and we'll leave it at that. So I hope you liked the video. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.